Going on, Jerome? So Minnesota Vikings general manager adofo-mensah has been burning up that hotline bling in terms of adding in the cornerback room, as the Vikings have had some depth issues. They signed Jacoby Francis. They also brought back Duke Shelley. Plus, they brought in Bobby McCain, experience with Flores, but really more of a safety and slot guy. And Flores did say he was going to begin at safety. Not really much of an outside corner during his NFL career. So the Vikings could still be looking to add in the secondary, and they have had extensive workouts per Alec Lucy Athletic. As for external options, a team Souse said the Vikings have held multiple workouts in recent days to add to their depth at the position. I do think Kevin O'Connell at his presser early in the week said this. I do think we're going to need to add to that position, O'Connell said Saturday, just to make sure that we've got enough of a head count in that room to handle the rep load. But at the same time, there could be some impact players out there that might be interested in joining our team. So we're going to have tryouts. And Darren Wolfson said today on Score North, this is from Vikes fan page, the anticipation is that the Vikings go after a recognizable name at the cornerback position in the coming weeks. Whether they are a free agent or on another team's roster, Minnesota doesn't seem like they're done adding in the secondary. Stephon Gilmore, is one of the few names on Minnesota's radar. So that does perk your ears up a little bit, because even though I fully understand that Stephon Gilmore is not peak Stephon Gilmore anymore, and I mean, you can make a case that Gilmore for a couple of years was the best man cover corner in the league, has experience with Flores, won a Super Bowl with Flores, all that stuff, but might be a little bit spendy, and he would be on his fifth team in 5 years. He has gone full mercenary Ronin mode, so it's okay. I don't mind. Honestly, the whole thing about is too, Gilmore being such a pro's pro would be fine sitting out the majority, if not all, of training camp and just plug and play on the outside with a very defined role in this defense. Of course, familiarity with Flores, it certainly does help. Also, Marshawn Lattimore has been bandied about quite a bit because the sort of fallen out of favor with the Saints, plus his contract. Maybe not so much, but it would be nice to reunite Justin Jefferson with his son, Marshawn. It's fantastic, man. But one that intrigues me is Tariq Woolen. So Reek Woolen out of UTSA, go Roadrunners, fifth-round pick. Pro Bowler as a rookie. Last year sort of fell off the map, was benched several times, had issues with the previous regime. New coaching staff now with Michael McDonald coming in. Woolen just got in a fight with DK the other day. But length on the outside, pure skill set, and it's just would be intriguing. And of course, we do love the Mama I Can Change type players. And if Woolen is indeed traded, I don't think that it would break the bank in terms of reciprocating capital in the trade. But some names that we banded about before, Lattimore on there, Woolen. I think James Bradbury is going to be cut, so you could just wait and see what happens there. Free agents. I know a lot of people say Xavier Howard because of his time with Flores with the Dolphins. I don't think that's going to mesh with what the Vikings are doing right now. And then, of course, you got J.C. Jackson, who... So I feel like he gets a bad rep because basically the Chargers sort of threw him under the bus. But in terms of a guy who can play press man corner and, again, does have that Flores familiarity, he would be a name. Adoree Jackson, Stephon Gilmore. Then I'm just sort of whatever on Patrick Peterson. And Joe Wan was with the Vikings last year, but I don't know. If you're looking to make a splash, let's make a splash. But basically what it comes down to is they're going to take their time here before they throw big money around at a Stephon Gilmore or pull the trigger on a trade for Lattimore or Woolen or whatever. But ideally, so Shaq Griffin come back from his lower left leg soft tissue injury would be great. Murph up there. Ideally, what would happen is that a guy like a Caleb Evans steps up, or Dwight McLaughlin, who's gotten some run with the ones and the twos. The UDFA out of Arkansas/LSU could rise up. Booth Jr. maybe does a little something, or someone else. Maybe Duke Shelley re-solidifies himself on the outside. But basically, that's what the Vikings are looking for, because they have a bajillion players now who could play effectively in the slot. Murph, obviously, that's where his bread is buttered. McCain is a great slot cornerback as well. Metellus is basically in the slot as a hybrid safety. Theo Jackson backs him up, is in the slot as well. Jalen Williams is great from the slot. So basically the Vikings need help on the outside, around the outside. That's where Shaq Griffin comes in. That's where Duke Shelley comes in, because even though Duke is 5'8", he does not play slot. He's an outside corner. Same thing with McLaughlin, Booth Jr., anyone else. Caleb Evans too. So basically this boils down to, if a Caleb Evans is good, all these problems are solved for the most part. But I think that they do want to Let these guys have as much opportunity to win the job themselves and show that they're worth their salt before they add some big time names. Because McCain is nice. I think that he's more a veteran backup as well as more safety in the slot guy. Francis is more of a camp body. Shelley we'll see, but there isn't any of the three new corners that you can say 100% is going to make the rooster. I think that Shelley and McCain have great chances, though. But either way, there's a lot to play out. The rest of training camp as well as preseason. But yeah, it's certainly something that Kwesi has shown in the past. Like, he will be aggressive, he will make moves, whether it's a splash of free agency. The Vikings do have the cap space, or making a trade of a player that potentially could be on their way out with their previous team. So your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings could be looking to add a recognizable name in the cornerback room. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. You guys know what to do. Skol, production value.